Ah, Northern Lights. Many people have dreamed about seeing the Northern Lights. They are, according to those who have been fortunate enough to see them in person, beautiful curtains of light of various colors red, green, blue, purple, which unfold in the skies of specific regions across the planet, such as the northern United States, Canada, and of course Europe and Asia.
Ancient people interpreted them as a sign of the god's joy, others as a sign of their anger. Thus, the question arises as to how and why these curtains are created.
Well, we believe that these beautiful curtains are the result of the collision between the sun rays and molecules floating in the atmosphere, which include molecules of oxygen and nitrogen, and, depending on the compound the ray hits, will obtain a diverse range of unique colors. This is seemingly a good hypothesis. However, this doesn't explain why their presence is limited to certain regions, since these gases are present in a large percentage of planet Earth. Now, let's see how northern lights are actually created.
The formation of northern lights is associated with solar wind, a flux of electrically charged particles, mainly electrons and protons, that is continuously emitted by the sun in all directions into space, and which is most intense in the so called solar storms. The thing is, these protons and electrons, due to their electromagnetic properties, are trapped by the Earth's magnetic field and are guided towards the northern and southern poles, where they mainly collide with atoms and molecules of nitrogen and oxygen. These collisions cause the electrons of the oxygen and nitrogen atoms to ascend for a short time to a higher energy state. That is, they are brought to an excited state. However, normal energy levels are recovered as time passes, and as a consequence, energy is released in the form of bright lights. Green and red colors are generated with the de-excitation of oxygen, while pink and purple colors are formed with the de-excitation of nitrogen.
Our hypothesis was a strong wrong after all, but a magnetic field is the missing piece we were looking for. The configuration of the magnetic line, similar to the one of an ordinary magnet, only in a greater and wider scale, acts like a net that traps these particles when they are traveling throughout space, and that's why we can only see them on the poles of the Earth.
And with this, we have come to an end, and hence our conclusion. Being curious and questioning everyday ordinary things we take for granted is the building block in the formulation of hypotheses about any natural phenomenon. This particular curiosity has allowed researchers throughout history to propose theories which have led to experiments that find the answer that is most consistent with our reality.